Hello everyone, what? Hello everyone, my name is Alexis and welcome to my YouTube channel. Or more likely, welcome to. My voice is really gravelly today for some reason. I don't know if you can really hear it, but yeah, I know I haven't really talked much today. So there is that. So today I thought I would talk a little bit about my college experience, as in literally a week I graduate. Literally a week from filming this, or probably before you actually see this video, because most likely I will post this next weekend, but it will be the day after I graduated technically. Anyway, I graduate May 17th from the University of Kansas. I feel like I can tell you all that because, you know, I'm graduating, so I don't really care if you know what college I go to. Especially because technically I won't be going to it when you watch this. That's weird. Okay. So I'm gonna just want to talk about what I did during college and, you know, my majors. Because why not? Let's be a little self-indulgent. Why not? So I went into college knowing that I wanted to be a vocal performance major. So I'm graduating with a bachelor's of music, a BM. In vocal performance or voice performance. I don't remember which one it's technically called. It's one of the two. I've heard it referenced as both ways. So literally voice performance, vocal performance. I don't know. I'll put it on the screen what it's actually called. Oh my goodness. But anyway, so I'm doing that. But then I am also a double major in Italian. So I'm getting my bachelor's as well in Italian. And yeah, actually it's a very funny story with Italian. I went into college thinking that I wanted to be a double major in French and vocal performance, but I was told that it would probably be a wiser decision to take French instead of Italian and not take Italian at all. I took French in high school though, so I decided that it would make more sense since I want to go into opera, that I would at least learn a year's worth of Italian. So I ended up choosing to not major in French because I was told that I wasn't going to have enough time for it. And then I quickly realized that I'm decent at Italian, and my professors very quickly got me roped into Italian. They decided that it didn't take much convincing, honestly, but they still did it. I mean, they're very persuasive, the Italian department here at KU, so there's that. Also, if they're ever watching this, hi! I don't think I told many people in the Italian department that I was actually thinking about being French beforehand, and then I switched over. Some people in IKU are actually going to find that funny if they ever see this video, so hi. Yep, okay. Anyway, so that's how I did that, or got into Italian. And I always knew that I was going to be a vocal performance just because I knew by the time I was a freshman in high school, I knew that I wanted to pursue music as a career. Well, even before that, I knew I wanted to pursue music as a career. But that was the time where I realized that, oh my goodness, my voice is actually really operatic. And I really enjoy opera more than I thought I would. So that's when I really started delving into the world of opera. That is how I randomly chose my majors. But I kind of also want to talk about the fact that going into college, I didn't know. Like, I knew that I wanted to be a vocal performance, but honestly, I went into college kind of wanting to be a triple major. So, vocal performance, French, and I also wanted to be an interior designer. If you can maybe tell by my petting and Yeah, my prints. Yeah. Honestly, I probably could have done better with this room, but at this point, I don't really care because you know what? I'm moving out of here soon. That's another video or another update. But anyway, so I started college in August 2016. Yeah, so it was just weird. I studied abroad in Italy summer 2017 for 2 months. So that was June and July. The start date for that program was June 4th. I remember that so specifically. I don't know why I remember that date so much. But even we left the country. That was the first time I'd ever gone abroad. And oh my goodness. If you can study abroad once all this, pans out and everyone gets a vaccine, or at least I think it's 95%. If 95% of the population gets vaccinated, then we'll be fine for the most part. But if you can study abroad, I would highly suggest it. It was so much fun. Of course, there were some things that I did that were stupid. But who doesn't when they're abroad for the first time? I was literally just thinking about this because, as you have seen, I read Again But Better.
Well, no, you haven't seen that video because I hadn't finished editing that video before graduation, and as this video that you're currently watching deals a lot with graduation, which just happened this past weekend, I kind of have to get this up before, it's not relevant anymore to my life. So yeah, spoiler alert, next video is a book talk about Again But Better.
And that is a book about studying abroad. So, and then also, it feels weird that 3 years ago, I was planning to go abroad for the first time. It sounds like, honestly at this point, it feels so weird. Some ways it feels like it was just yesterday, but in other ways it feels like it was forever ago. It almost feels like it was a dream because it was so long ago. But we left the country on June 1st, 2017. And then we got back on August 1st, 2017. Or I got back on August 1st. I think they ended up, I messed up the flights on the way back. So I was completely alone on the way back, which I think I'm going to either make a video about this or about studying abroad, or a blog post, or maybe both. But if you want, my blog is going to be in the description as always. And I do have some blogs about specific trips. I kind of stopped at one point. I don't think I talked about my last two, which were Rome and then Milan again.
Editing me here again. I just checked and I did not blog about Rome, my second trip to Lucca, or my second trip to Milan.
But yeah, so I studied abroad, and maybe in a future video I'll talk more in depth about my study abroad. I think that might be a fun time to kind of relive some of that. I also found my first gray hair while abroad. That was fun. It was right in the front. It wasn't all the way. It was like that big. Just like right in the middle. It was great. It was great times. I found 3 gray hairs last semester. Great. Also, 3 years ago, almost probably about this time, because it was May, right before I went, I cut my hair. That was the last time I cut my hair. 3 years ago. That's why my hair is so long. Which, by the way, if you haven't seen, I don't think you really have recently. But, yeah, no, it is long. Wow. Yeah, college is an interesting time. So, my first semester freshman year, I took 15 credit hours. Normal, definitely doable. I was also in the marching band for 0 credits, as well as I was in 2 choirs, one of which I had to be enrolled in for a credit, and then the other one I took for 0 credit. So, I was on campus. I lived in the dorms too, even though I'm from Lawrence, which, by the way, from Lawrence, I decided to live in the dorms just to have a more normal freshman year experience. And I think actually that did me some that did me some good. As I actually decided after my first week, so I was one of the very first people on my floor, as everyone in band got to move in earlier than the rest, which was great. We're in earlier than I think even the people that were rushing for the sororities and fraternities. So that was great. Having pretty much a whole floor to myself for a day was weird, but great. Loved it. But so for a little while, I think for up until like the first week of school, I was just kind of used to just being more outgoing in band, and I didn't really talk to many people outside. I was in color guard, so I didn't really talk to too many people outside of color guard. And then one day I was like, you know what? This is stupid. I'm talking to people right now.
Okay, so my camera died, and I guess I completely forgot where I left off. Basically, the moral of the story was that I was not outgoing. I moved into the dorms, decided I was going to be more outgoing and make some more friends than usual, I guess. And that meant that after, when I went and studied abroad the following summer, I was more outgoing then. So I definitely credit my time in the dorm being the reason why I was a little more out there in good ways during my study abroad. So now let's talk about my second semester of my freshman year. So that was a decision, as you will see here in a second.
So I do not recommend taking 23 credit hours in a semester, especially if it's your second. That was probably the reason why I had a gray hair going into my study abroad. I don't know how I did it. My mom honestly asked me how in the world, like why I did that. I straight up told her I was bored, and she told me I was bored my first semester of college. So you know what I did? I got a job. So that's, yeah. So I was bored and I took 23 credit hours. Well, it's not really truthfully the whole entire thing. I took 23 credit hours because, well, I was already at 20. I decided to add another Italian elective about Florence specifically, since I was going to be studying abroad in Florence, and even the professor that was in charge of the study abroad for the first month, he really recommended taking it before going abroad. So I took it, and that put me at 23. And I somehow survived that. I literally look back this semester, I had 12, and I look back at the one semester at 23, and I honestly, I don't understand how I survived. I don't get it. I really don't. What? I think sophomore year I did 18 and 18 or something like that. Might have been 18 and 19 or something. And then junior year, last year, that was 18 and 19, I think. I'm pretty sure. I know that the second semester was, or something like that. I don't know. I'll put that on the screen. I don't know if y'all care about learning how many credit hours I did. And I don't know. There are lots of parts of college that I look back on with fond memories. This semester specifically, not so much. There's just so much that's happened in my 4-year experience that I wouldn't give up for the world, but man, do I wish some parts happened a little bit differently? Yeah. Do I wish that, all this happened differently, specifically this semester, yeah. Do I understand why it happened? Yes. So, I don't know. I'm feeling some nostalgia coming from just being in this place of looking back at my study abroad, realizing that I'm so close to graduating, and just realizing how much I've been through the last 4 years, specifically the last couple of months. It's just, I'm so ready for a change. And I don't know. Yeah, I can go more in depth about some of the things that happened in my college experience in a future video. Probably will. I don't know. It's nice to close this chapter. It's nice to be closing this chapter. It's kind of sad. Sad that I'm also closing a few other chapters. It's sad that I didn't get to do it the exact way that I thought I would, or the exact way that I wanted to, but that's life in a way. And yeah, I don't know. I'm at that point where I feel weird about all of it all. Sometimes I feel more anxious about it. Sometimes I'm very sad about it. This is one of those times where I'm kind of okay about it. I think I've accepted it all as my current reality, and I mean, that's all I can really do. I can't change anything, so it sucks. This semester sucks. The senior year sucks. Parts of the rest of college sucked. But honestly, a lot of it was really good. And if I had to do it all over again, I think I would. And I don't think I would change that much. I would change some things maybe, but I don't know how I would end up. I've gotten so much more confident. I've gotten so much more aware of myself. So I think that hopefully I'm a better person than I was even freshman year, but I think I am. In review, my freshman year was great. Sophomore year was okay. Junior year was, I didn't really talk about it, but junior year academically, great. Junior year mentally, ooh, that was bad. Senior year, yeah. yeah. But I don't know. I think that, yeah, college is a very interesting experience. And you know what? I don't regret having the experience. I don't regret some of the decisions that I made. I regret some of them. But overall, I think that I've grown as a person. That's my college, my undergrad. I do plan on going to grad school, but I'm actually planning on taking some time off to let my voice grow a little bit during that time frame. I don't think it's ready to go straight to grad school for opera. I think I do definitely need some more training. That plus might as well make some money during that time. Continue to work retail. If you have some experience in college, whether that was 10 years ago, 20 years ago, or you're currently in college, or you're about to go into college, which that would be very interesting, please do tell me about your experience in college in the comments below. If you want me to talk more about all this during quarantine my senior year, I probably could. And yeah, like this video if you liked it. Tell me what you want me to explain more. I'd be glad to explain some of my college stuff. Might do some of that in the comments, but probably talk about more of my college experiences as I get a little bit farther away from them and then I start thinking about them. Anyway, subscribe if you want to see more videos from me, more videos like this. And yeah, I will see you next week, or whenever I post next, which might be less than a week, I think we're just gonna end this here. So